Alright. Welcome. This is Devin from Deadly Art Gaming. For those coming for the first time, welcome. For those coming back, welcome back. For today, we are going to be going over the last series of my beginner's guide, tips, tricks, and all that stuff for Lost Epochs, where we'll be going over the loot filter. How to create it, how to share it, how to import it, all that fun stuff, ins and outs, and some, like I said, I'll have some tips at the end, and I'll kind of share mine, how I have mine set up, and I will leave it. I'll have to put it into it'll be in my Discord. Y'all can join my Discord and get it from there, and download it and put it into your game and use it there. But so yeah, we're gonna go through the whole breakdown of how to set it up and everything. If you do like the content, please smash the like button. It definitely helps out the channel, helps me out. I definitely appreciate it. If you want to keep up to date with my guides, my builds, my reviews, all that fun stuff, smash that subscribe button so you're notified when the next one comes out. Also, like I said, Discord link is down below. You can join, chit chat with us. Once multiplayer comes out, I will be playing with my community, help y'all farm gear, play together, just have fun, whatever the case may be. And it doesn't have to be just with Last Epoch. I play quite a few different games, so feel free to join me at any time, or anybody else in the community as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see here. So essentially, for the loop filter, you will come to press escape, go to settings, and this is where you'll see it down here. Now there is two different start points. So once you have loop filters already saved, you'd essentially come here, press this drop down. You'll essentially, the first time you bring it up, if you don't have a loop filter, it'll just say no loop filter because you haven't had one set up. And then you can change it between, so like when you make a new character, say you want to use one from your other ones, you can do it there, and select it, and then it'll change what you see and what you don't see accordingly. So getting into it, you would want to come over here, press this. Now, like I said, at first it's going to show up like this, to where you can import a filter. Click that. You can create a new one yourself. So this will be for yours. If say someone sends you a clipboard with it written out, because some people will just share it and as like a notepad, you have to go in there, highlight everything, press copy, and then paste in here, and it'll pop it up in your over here, and then you can start editing it. Others generally will just share the XML file. So with that, you would just come over here, click that, which will bring up your directory here, and then you just paste it in there. It'll automatically pop up over here, and you can just click it accordingly. In the same way, you can do that for also if you're wanting to share it with a friend. So like if you have one already made and you want to share it with them, you can just click here, right, copy it or whatever, and then send it to them via email, Discord, whatever the case may be, that way. And then, so this one, you would click this to just start it. Actually, they go to the same thing. Why they don't just have one button? Just label it create or import, and then bring you to this. Just seems kind of extra button for no reason. This doesn't really give you much of an explanation, so it's not much of a how-to there. So generally the way I have mine set up is I have a base, which is this. This is what I use for all my characters. I will essentially pull this, and then I will edit it accordingly to the class that I'm going to use. So this one I haven't messed with. Like I said, it's just got the base, everything in here. And essentially has all the gear and all that stuff, which you can edit accordingly to the class that you're going to play, and then you can just change the name or press duplicate, which this button duplicate the loop filter you're currently on. You could press it, and now it's base copy. Then you can go to edit and edit its name and all that stuff. So, and then if you want to delete one, you can export filter, which will bring up the clipboard or the folder. So we're gonna go in here as if we were creating a new one. Uh, so like I said, create a new one. First, you want to label it, and then you can put in a description. So, like, say, for instance, I'm playing a paladin. You could put in their description, fire-based paladin, so that way it's all the stuff is going to be fire. That way, if you do make another paladin, you can then change it. And that one would be crit based or whatever the case may be. You can kind of describe it how you will. You can pick a icon to kind of, that's the icon that you'll see at the front of it, and then you change the color of the icon. So just pick that and pick that. So now you'll see the yellow daggers. Uh, so starting off with, you'll have, like I said, the edit where you can come in there and edit that information that you just did, duplicate it if you need to. This just brings up this here again. And then now you can start actually making your loop filter. Essentially, you'll click this. Now the breakdown of this is essentially emphasize here will um, capitalize the letter the of this rule. Then you got character dependency to where this rule will only be effective. So if say I put 1 to 20, after I hit level 20, once I hit 21, this rule is void. It doesn't do anything. It won't affect your loop filter anymore. So if you're wanting to kind of limit what you see to low level stuff or um, certain things there, you can kind of fine tune that to where it'll be like that. Visibility is where you'll do the show, hide, or recolor. Show just essentially just like it is. It shows whatever you have in this rule. Hide will hide anything within this rule. And then recolor, you can come in here and change the color of the loot. So if it's something important, like for instance, not that. Let's see. This should do it. So how I got that one turn colors light blue there. That didn't work. I could have sworn I had those on my filter, but this won't be a change. That'll be the unique there. So trumping. All right. So now once you kind of figure out you're in the mindset of adding in gear or items or affixes or whatever the case may be. When you want to show some, you would come in here or hide or recolor. You pick whichever one you want to do, plus. Then here's where you get to choose the start of the condition. This would be where you could choose um, if you want to show an affix, a class requirement for a certain thing, level based off a certain level or rarity or item type or just nothing at all. So here, if you click affix, you'll be able to come in here and pick any affix you want to show. And then you can actually change it to whatever tier. So if you don't want to see like tier 1 or tier 2 like on an item and stuff, you want to just see affix that are say tier 3 or higher type deal. You can set it as you want there. Now in this description here, you'll see where you'll get to choose the affix or the item, the gear piece, or whatever the case may be. You can choose, like if you press the name, it'll drop down and show you what's available in that tier. So for offenses melee, this would be all the affixes that are associated with melee offense, spells, bows, and so forth. So if you want to show everything in melee and nothing else, you can just click that. It'll show everything in there. Uh, Now, bear in mind that just because you come in here and press all these pluses or these to show these, it's still going to show everything else because you haven't set any type of a rule to hide. So, but I'll go into that here in a little bit whenever I go over mine. So essentially, you'll want to kind of come through here, set up all the affixes and stuff that you want to show, so on and so forth. Um, and then you could change this to where it's any or all. Uh, Equal to a certain tier, less than all that stuff. Then say you want to do class requirement, primalist. You only want to see stuff drop. I mean, if you put this by itself, it's not really going to do a whole lot. This would be kind of something you would want to use for like gear, like class specific gear, stuff like that. So level, kind of on the same note there, you would want to use this with other conditions to kind of fine tune it. Uh, Below a certain level, above a certain level, max level, below character level, and then highest usable. So this would be like up to your character's level, like if I'm 70, but 70 and below. But this one would be for max usable level, so or the highest usable level. So it won't show anything. It kind of works almost the same with this, uh, because I mean the max usable will be the highest one, so it's not going to show anything above you and all that stuff. So, and then because this will be the highest usable, and this will be where you could set the level. So max level below character level. So then you can turn it in here and say, I don't want it to show, like, say I'm looking for low, or I have some low level stuff that I want to get, but then I don't want it to show after a certain level. You can come in here and put 23 or 30, and it will no longer, after 30, it won't show those pieces of gear or affix or whatever you set in this with this condition. Rarity is where you can set to show magic items, rare items, exalted, unique, set, or you don't want to see that stuff. You just want to see these. This is kind of handy with changing colors, recoloring, stuff like that. So you can kind of change their colors to where it'll reflect a different color that makes it more identifiable to you. Stuff like that. Item type, this is where you get into the gear. You can come in here, pick the gear, or pick all, or pick individual, um, however you see fit, idols, accessories, so on and so forth. And then none, which don't know why you would want to do that, but hey, if you want to, you can. So now adding additional conditions into it. Now, as far as affixes, I mean, teach your own. I mean, you can put additional affixes in. The class requirement wouldn't really matter because you can get that here. Um, I'm at level. You can do the tiers here, but level, there's not really levels on them, so it's not really like that. Rarity, there is no rarity to them. And then item types. Now, if you do item type, This would be setting it to where the item that you want, say I want a one-handed weapon, and I only want it to show whenever it has any of these mods on it. So now, if I have everything turned off and it just this on there, it's only going to show one-handed axes that have these mods or one or some of these mods on them. Uh, so it's kind of that would be when you're getting more of in-game where you're trying to min-max your character, because like mine, I generally have it to where it shows all the white items of the bases that I want. So like for instance, the one-handed axe or the armor pieces, I'd want the helmets, stuff like that. And then you can kind of break it down. Now this is going to alter. Let's do this. So now on save for armor, you'll want to come in here and save for helmet. Now then you come into the subtype where then you pick your class or unique or whatever the case would be. But say I'm a sentinel. Now is where you can go in here and pick the base that you're looking for. So like me, I would be probably looking for a criminal fire helm. So now I would come down here and click affix and say anything melee. So now if a bronze helm drops and it has one of these mods on it, it's going to show. If it doesn't, it's not going to show. Then you can fine tune it even more to where you can more than tier 2 um, as far as any of those mods. So, and then you can turn around and change the rarity to where it has to be rare or exalt. You don't want to see anything blue or normal. Or if you just want to see magic, rare, and exalt, and you don't want to see normal. Things of that nature. Then you come in here and do level if you really wanted to, but I mean, you already have the base, so it's not going to show anything else, period, anyways. But you could set this up to where, say, I'm going to be leveling up, so I'll be wanting to look for, say, for instance, this helm while I'm leveling up. So then you can turn around here below level, say, the other helm, what was that? Where to go? That's level 60. So below, say, level 55, because once you hit kind of around there, the bronze helms should start dropping um, before you can use it. But at least you can start getting an eye out for the drops to where you can start crafting on them. So you can set up stuff like that, above level, below level, all that stuff, and then that way, once you hit this, it won't show this rule anymore, or this condition will kind of go pointless. Then you can just set up another rule to where it will be for the bronze helm going after you hit 55 type deal. Um, so let's see here. Now you could set some to where you just want to show certain things. Well, I'm going to show you my base one because I can kind of go into the details a little bit easier with that. So now, like I said, I'm gonna have this one in my Discord here shortly. I got a couple things I need to add in to these here for the new affixes for the rogue. I keep forgetting to do that. Um, Now, the way that it works is it is in order of importance. So the lower you go, the ones these will override these. So you got to make sure you have them in order, or otherwise things will get messed up and it won't work properly. Essentially, the way I have this is all my show stuff, and then everything else is hidden. So everything that is not on my list up here or checked is hidden. Then you see another one below it that shows all, because this is all gear associated. And then you got my affix that I recolor here, but this will allow it to show all affix drops. So any of the affixes that you have on the ground, well, if I can get it to let me grab one. Oh, I had one in my inventory, so, but oh well. So all those affixes are going to show on the ground. Whereas if I turn that off, hmm, well, that just proved me wrong. All right, interesting. Well, it used to work like that, but okay. So I guess I don't need that rule anymore then. So, let me see. Let me just try it with my actual build. Okay, well, I guess it proved me wrong there. I used to have it like that, and I guess I don't need to do that anymore. So disregard that one. But you would want to hide items so that stuff that you don't need or don't want is not going to show. So let's see here. Let's change this to my archer. Oh, nope, that one's going to show. Okay, there you go. So like on my archer, that affix for that's on that idle is not showing because it's not a part of my loop filter for my rogue. But now if I change it back to my paladin, there it is. And then if I change to my base, is it still going to show? No. Let me pick that back up so I don't forget about it. Um, so the way I have it set up, for mine at least, like the colors you can change as you will. You can just click it. First thing it's going to ask you is what color do you want. So you can change these colors as you see fit. I don't know why there's only one affix on there. And eventually, essentially what this is going to be rare affixes for my current bill. So it's not the ones that drop all the time. It's going to be the rarer ones. That way it pops out to where I see it more than others, to where I know I need to go pick that up type deal. So that would be like on my Warpath build, and that's why it wasn't working earlier. Um, I need those fire damage, ignites, stuff like that, so it turns that one purple for me to where I can see it better. And like I said, you just come in here, make a base with nothing, and then go to that and add in whatever affixes that are on your chest. Usually the bottom two are going to be the rarer affixes, the suffix there. So the ones that you know you need, you can just put all the ones that you know you need for your build on here if you want. It's totally up to you. Uh, and then just remove ones that you don't need, so on and so forth. And then make sure you tick it on too, so it'll actually show these. Now this one is going to be rare affixes for all classes. Now, like I said, I got to update this one with the rogue stuff, fine tune that a little bit. then I'll have it uploaded on the Discord. This one is, like I said, it's just the rare affixes for all the classes. So I don't know about you, but some of these affixes are very rare, hard to get, uh, and they drop on all characters. So if you're thinking about making another build or whatever, it's nice to be able to get those and start getting a pool going to where when you do go make your class that character, you have a pool of affixes to get those created or get that craft going for that character. Um, and then I have it to where it shows uniques, sets, and all exalt items, no matter what. Uh, that way I can see them. If I want them, I can keep them. If not, uh, you can remove them. Now, let's see here. If you wanted to, you can make like you'd have to do it individually. You can't do them where you have the entire thing. Like if you want to make a rule to where you're not going to see all the uniques and you just want a certain uniques type deal, well, it'll give you like the base unique onlys, but uh, you can kind of set it up like that. I just let it show all uniques myself, just easier that way. Then here is going to be all the pieces. I do got to update this for another weapon just because of now that we have dual wielding. And then you just uncheck the pieces that say if you're going to have a unique in a slot, you just uncheck it, so you're not seeing drops for a tier piece that you're not going to use. You're going to have a unique in its place. So if you don't need a Radiance Crest, you can come in here, just click there, and come down here and pick the one that you want for your build. Um, and so on and so forth with the rest of them. Just change them as you see fit. Like, say, now that I'm on the Paladin, I would want to probably use a shield, so I'd come over here and pick whichever shield I want to use for the build. Um, I'm just going to go ahead and add it in there. And then bring it down there. Okay. So, um, essentially, like I said, just change them as you see fit for the class that you need. Uncheck this whenever you need. At the end, it's just to hide everything else on that end. Now, once you get higher and you want to start fine tuning your character, that's where you'll come in here and then start adding the affixes. Um, so melee, I'm doing fire, so melee fire, maybe attack speed, stuff like that. Um, and then I can start, and then that way, whenever those pieces drop, it only will show them if it has some of those mods on there. Um, then you can start fine tuning it to where you won't see anything unless it has more than tier 2 on it, or tier 3, so on and so forth. That way, you're not seeing a bunch of whites or you're not seeing a bunch of blues with only tier 1s on them. So you start fine tuning what you see once you start having crafted gears that has, say, almost all tier 5s and you just need one more. So you wouldn't want a white item. You'd kind of want something more already with some high tiers on it as it is. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's pretty once you start getting into it and start fiddling with it and start using it, it's fairly easy to manage, uh, adjust, and everything like that. Then you can add in, like I said, you can add in your own rules, add in your own stuff to make it more fine tuned to yourself. Set stuff to where it recolors and all that as well. So Um, Definitely interesting, and they've got a lot of changes coming for it, which are going to make it more fine-tuned than what it already is. Um, so I hope y'all enjoyed the content. If you did, please smash that like button. If you want to keep up to date with the videos, my guides, my reviews, and all that stuff, smash that subscribe button so you're notified when the next one comes out. Also, Discord link is down below. Come join us, chit chat with us. I'm more than happy to help y'all out if y'all need any assistance or whatever, or to just download the loop filter. Feel free to jump in there and grab it and say hi. If y'all have any questions or anything, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that y'all have. Other than that, my name is Devin from Deadly Art Gaming, and you all have a great one.